What's good, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, man. My name's DivaTequila. I appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Continuing on with our Moira ranked saga. You know I love me some Moira. She's just too fabulous, you know what I mean? This was, I think, game 8 or 9 in my placements. Really fun game, this one. I feel like we dominated both in terms of heals and damage. Our positioning was on point. This was probably like, maybe like 2.5, 3 hours into my little gaming session at this point, so I felt like I was with it, you know what I mean? We got a Zarya who plays extremely well. It's a Zarya v Zarya battle, so you love to see when you just have two of the exact same tanks going head to head and you can come out on top. Feels good. We get the early pick on their soldier, which is nice, you know what I mean? Doing my best to alternate here between damage orbs while healing, healing orbs while damaging, combination of the two, you know what I mean? It really is, like I mentioned in my last video, it really is a battle of resource management with Moira. Obviously positioning is huge, but also knowing when to damage versus when to heal, and sometimes when to do a combination of both, you know what I mean? I go pretty heavy hungry there for the Lucio because obviously taking out a support in the fight gives you a lot of flexibility for the upcoming fight. That's an example of when I needed to drop my heal orb with my heal beam. And then I finish off the enemy with my coalescence, quickly turn to the Zarya, keep the Zarya alive as well. Cheeky little wave emote, you know what I mean? Say hey to the babies. Nice little way to steamroll through the beginning of the round, you know what I mean? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I technically had my ult before the enemy Moira. I just didn't activate it before the enemy Moira, and I've already caught her in the loop back up to get my ult charged back up, so that's nice. Moira's ultimate is one that you want to race to get charged up as quick as possible, and most of the time you don't want to look for the perfect opportunity to pop the coalescence. Most of the time you just want to pop the coalescence, you know what I mean? If you have an enemy that you can burn down with it and secure one kill with it, or if you can secure saving one teammate, that's usually good enough. A lot of the times if you have like time to pick and choose a little bit, you want to combo your coalescence with either a damage orb or a healing orb to maximize the benefit, you know what I mean? But again, you know, part of what I love about Moira is it's all situational. It's all a little chess game the entire way through. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So they still haven't stopped us yet here. Dive back, get our teammates saved. Big shout outs to Zarya for the orb there as well. Looking for the Sombra, not able to get her. That's okay. We kept our Widow alive. That's really what matters. I think they're about to put up a little bit of a hold here on us. They swapped to the Winston, which, you know, is a little bit annoying for some people to deal with at the moment. Winston isn't overly afraid of Moira, obviously. I don't do nearly enough damage to burn down a Winston at all. But I do enough to harass Winston, slow his push, and keep my team alive. So that's kind of what I try to do. I'm trying my best. You see where I'm bouncing my orbs, trying to use geometry to my advantage, you know what I mean? Shout outs to math teachers. Trying to use geometry to my advantage to keep my orbs bouncing as much as possible. The more time I can keep my orb close to my teammates, obviously, the more value I'm getting, you know what I mean? So always trying to look for different angles that you can bounce your heal orb on. Trying to make Winston commit as much of his push to me as possible there. Trying to just negate what he's doing. Honestly, watching this looks like such a gaggle fuck, you know what I mean? Especially for us to not even kill the Winston in that moment. Very ugly, very unfortunate, but it is what it is. I guess we push him out at least. We're able to gain a little bit of ground there. I probably should have ulted when we had the Winston a little bit lower, and then I honestly get punished for that. That's how I mentioned earlier. Sometimes you don't want to wait too long to pop your coalescence. That's a good example of when you wait too long to pop your coalescence, sometimes you can get punished for it. As opposed to me punishing the enemy team for being out of position, Winston being in our fucking spawn, I should have popped coalescence to keep my team alive and possibly kill the Winston. and now they're still continuing this hold. They've held us for a minute and a half, 2 minutes on this push, and you know, I can accept my mistakes here. I'm huge on trying to be as introspective as possible, trying to really look within myself and figure out my mistakes. You know what I mean? I do think that's key for improvement. You know what I mean? I'm trying to heal just through the little crack in the wall. Thankfully, coalescence has a pretty long range for healing. It also is able to extend around and through corners sometimes, so do my best to take advantage of that. I ran out of my primary heal there, so it was nice that I was able to real quick put some suck on the Winston to get some more charge. The heal orb that I threw as soon as the freeze went down was also pretty massive, I think. And me staying alive through the freeze was crucial. Doing pretty good here. I should have been ready for Genji to jump back in front of me. I thought that he was just gonna, you know, I don't know what I thought he was gonna do. I should have kept Genji alive there, bottom line. That's on me. Definitely should have kept Genji alive there. I had my orb up. I chose to do a damage orb instead. I also held it for a second. I get booped off the map. Winton. Damn you, big dog. That's crazy, actually. You didn't have to do me like that, man. Alright, so now we have the long trek back to the objective. Thankfully, I'll have my ult for this push. Zarya has her ult, and Brig has her ult. So, huge. And to be fair, off that last push, we did make a lot of ground. Made a lot of ground. I think, to be honest with you, I think Lucio ulted for nothing here on the enemy team. I think the enemy Lucio's ult did absolutely nothing. I hear the fire at will, so that's why I dive as hard as I can to get up here. I know that Zarya has now popped her ult, so I want to try to capitalize on it. Unfortunately, Zarya still dies. I was too far away to instantly put coalescence on her. I could have, I don't know. I didn't see if I had my orb active. I could have possibly comboed coalescence with the heal orb there. Didn't happen. You know, it is what it is. We're doing our best here. We still end up victorious. Our tank swaps to Wrecking Ball to get back to the point as quick as possible, which was massive. Good heads up play on you, Roko. I appreciate you for doing that. Yeah, and we pushed it all the way. It started off very dominant. That round ended as a struggle, but that's alright. That's why I enjoy ranked, you know. Very few ranked games are you just absolutely going to steamroll a team with zero push or give back at all. I don't necessarily fully want to either. So we're just going to go ahead and skip up to the beginning of this round real quick. Instantly just trying to take a little bit of an aggressive position just to, you know, get whatever ult charge off that I can. You know, like I said, Coalescence is such a nice ultimate to rush because it usually gives you an early power spike in the game. The first Moira to get Coalescence can really help to win that like first, you know, big team fight. A lot of the times before then you're just kind of trading cooldowns, you're kind of just having like battle for positioning. But then once you get like that first big ult, you can really commit on it. Thankfully, during this time where we're just trading cooldowns and battling for position, we do get 2 early picks as well. Then we get the 3rd pick afterwards. So starting off this round, holding them very well. Last round, obviously, they finished very strong. But the more time that we can hold them in spawn, essentially, the less chance they have. Find my little angle on the wall, try to bounce it off, but they all run to the right side to avoid it. Got a little bit of damage there, got a little bit of ult charge. Their Moira's actually beating me on ult charge this game, so something I want to pay attention to is how effective am I farming up my ultimate. Thankfully, their Moira dies, which should allow me to regain a little bit of control on that battle. Definitely does. Doing pretty well here. We get their tank picked off. We're doing fucking phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie to you. Loved the way this team was playing. Genuinely, give me that damage boost, Mercy. Give me that damage boost, baby. I love to see it. So now I've got my ult a whole 20% before their Moira has their ult. Pretty huge. I haven't popped coalescence here yet because I'm a little bit too far ahead to pop it, but I instantly do a weird little fade to get me to the side and pop it. I wasted about a second and a half of it looking for the Sombra back there. Was it the Sombra I was looking for? Yeah, looking for the Sombra back there. But it still works out very well. Still works out very well. I probably shouldn't have faded as far back as I did because it made it to where I couldn't really support the Zarya as well as I would like to here. But we do a very good job of keeping the Zarya alive for as long as possible. I also stay alive as well, so they're not able to full send. And then the Winston is just drunk and mad as fuck. The Winston, I think, thought he was still going to be able to get me. And although the Zarya died, I stayed alive and we killed the Winston. Pretty massive there. I don't think that my coalescence was perfect, but I think it was a very good coalescence. Now their Moira is just now popping their coalescence, and I'm already back to almost 40%. So, you know, again, when you have a Moira v Moira battle, managing your resources is huge, but also the race to coalescence is massive. A lot of the times, if you can get your first coalescence before the other Moira and you don't, you know, get hacked as you're doing it or anything like that, you actually get a positive one, then you can kind of snowball a little bit. See, I'm 50%, 40% above their Moira in terms of my next ult charge, which is pretty nice. They've only got 30 seconds to finish up this point as well. We definitely have the possibility here to shut them out. I don't remember if it finishes out that way. I feel like they're actually about to get a push here. Yep. Pick off the Cassidy early. Our Brig pops ult. We do a good job of staying alive, staying in the fight. Oh, maybe they don't actually. Maybe they don't. We got this. Yeah, there's that next coalescence. 50% before their Moira as well. 50% before their Moira. And look how dominant it is right there. So much just damage and consistent heals going down there. We just put a little bit of heals on Brig, because you got to remember with Moira's heal, it heals what you're doing, but then it also has like a heal over time effect afterwards as well. So I didn't need to sit there and heal her all the way up. I just need to heal her enough to where she doesn't get fucking, you know, ate alive and fried for that. Let me see real quick. I realize now that I've had my webcam on the right side of my screen this whole video, so hopefully it doesn't block y'all's view too much. My apologies. Here's the stats though. We finished with a nice, you know, little 7k damage. We out-damaged their Moira by far. We had 2k more heals than their Moira as well. We also out-damaged one of their DPS, so feels nice. A nice little 29, 32, and 2. Feels good. I'm very happy with that. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate you. I love you. I hope you're enjoying Season 12. I know I am. That Anubis Mythic skin is fire. Absolutely fabulous. Have a wonderful... Oh, big burps. Have a wonderful day. Subscribe if you aren't already. Leave a like, comment, let me know how your day is, whatever. Have a good day. Stay safe. I love you. Peace.